I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy.
As a young black man, I feel that I have an obligation to my race of people. Not to no other race or no other nationality, just to black people. As a young black man, I feel that I have an obligation to my race of people. Not to no other race or no other nationality, just to black people.
But there's so many lies that we believe and so many doctrines within doctrines in the Christian church. Like they say, plead the blood of Jesus. What the hell does that mean? The prophets of the Lord are being rose up again in this time period to bring back the Lord's chosen people. That's and right. To stand on our feet and be those people again. That
your ancestors wasn't junkies. They wasn't getting high and, you know what I mean, hating one another and killing one another. You know why? Because they was being killed by the slave master. They wasn't, your ancestors had a different mindset. And if you really think about it, our ancestors were stronger than us and they were better than us. You know why? Because they knew they had an enemy and they knew who their enemy was. Today, black people don't know who your enemy is.
How the hell you think we got this truth? The ISUPK didn't come out of thin air. This truth comes from slaves, remembering that they were the children of Israel. We are the children of God. And if you don't understand it yet, you will understand it. We will bring it to you. We will get it through your brain that you are God's chosen people. And there is no dream. There is no thing. There is no success without learning who you are as a people.
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Stolen Glocks, heavy on the block. While a crack tucked in the sock. Instead help the ones I love. He was on the block for the grub. If he from my side, then his love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans. But we was hurting on the fiends. Without that crack, he looked just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man dealt the sand. So we eating out the trash can. People ride by, don't extend a hand. Cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I can never leave my spot vacant. Cause I'm black, I see crowns and I take it. Cause I'm black, I never been in no spaceship. But I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gonna come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible reading. Cause I don't play that shit. Address them when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black, but she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me.
Oh, it's all last year, brother.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is Priest and Officer Thawah Gabar. I got Ibad Ya'ala, Officer Ibad Ya'ala rocking with me. Let's clap it up. I got Trooper Jeremiah rocking with me as always. We're going to get into it. You know, the topic is the Deuteronomy 28, among other things. We're going to go into a few current events and things of that nature. You know what I mean? And we're going to rock it out. We're going to go into there and we're going to see who does these prophecies relate to? What people on the planet Earth that you can look at and identify these things in Deuteronomy 28 actually affecting these people and happening to these people, not just for, you know, a small period of time, but even today. Okay. So we definitely going to get into it, man. The waters of every brother and sister that's in the class. I promoted this class heavily. I made 2 thumbnails and said, listen, I'm going to promote this class because, you know what I mean? It's the milk, it's the bedrock of how we even get this foundation of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians being the children of Israel.
Right.
Okay. So first I want to get into, there's a few stories I want to talk about before we get into the topic. So if you could you get there's a story right now about with a teacher that hung a black doll in the classroom. All right. It's a teacher that hung a black doll, and I'm gonna got a little video here. I don't, you know, it don't really tell the story because it's the little video that somebody made online, but I want to get an article, excuse me, something that we can actually, you know, get a better foundation and understanding of what the outrage is. You got something?
Oh,
Let me hear.
This is from CNN US. A teacher fired after hanging black baby doll from class TV. A teacher at a middle school outside Tampa, Florida, has been fired after hanging a black baby doll from a classroom TV with a charging cord. An incident students and parents described as deeply disturbing. Victor Blackwell speaks.
She hung the baby with what?
A charging cord.
With a charging cord, y'all. Hung the baby. It's a black baby. It's the coldest part. Let me keep going. I'm sorry.
Come. It says Victor Blackwell speaks with parent Nina Williams and NAACP Hillsborough County President Yvette Lewis about the emotional impact on students and the questions that remain following the teacher's termination.
Did it say what grade they were?
No.
It doesn't say. All right. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this video.
Okay, it says middle school.
Middle school. That's crazy. So this white woman, this white teacher, who is a dedicated teacher that's been a teacher for a long time, decided to hang a doll. Was it a doll?
Okay.
By the neck by extension cord in the classroom, and think that that was nothing. Okay, let me just give me a second. Let me get this. There is a video that I had. Here it is. Damn, this is her name? Karen Whitmire. Savage. That's definitely savage. Let me see. It showed, there we go. That's the picture right there. So this is the doll right here. She hung a doll. Read that again, the article again.
Okay.
It don't say what her reasoning was or nothing like that.
Law.
Good night. You can go. Keep going.
Okay. I said a teacher. You want me to read it over?
Please.
Okay. I said a teacher at a middle school outside Tampa, Florida, has been fired after hanging a black baby doll from a classroom TV with a charging cord. An incident students and parents described as deeply disturbing. Victor Blackwell speaks with parents.
So I don't mean to stop you right there. My apologies. But obviously, one of the students in the class took this picture.
Right.
They had to take this picture.
Right.
And what was the reason for it? What like, we don't have any context of like what her explanation is of why she even did it. But of course it's disturbing because it's a black baby, right? And to be honest with you, let's just be real. It would be disturbing if it was a white dog. It's like, why are you doing that, teacher? Miss Savage, her last name is Savage, which is very fitting to this act. But we don't have an explanation or understanding of why this even happened. Keep going.
Couple counts. Like this, that was just the description, but here's a complete article. It says the video recorded by a 14-year-old student at Barrington Middle School in Lithia, about 20 to 25 miles southeast of Tampa, has racked up hundreds of thousands of views on social media. Mm-hmm. This is the boy's description. Okay. She took the charger cord and wrapped it around the baby's neck and tied it. Said the student Noah, who recorded the video. Mm-hmm. She tried multiple attempts to get it above the TV, and once she got it over, she lowered it down so it'd be visible under the TV.
That's crazy. Let me play the rest of this clip. Amadabar, you want to come on? I see you said that we have the link. I can post the link. This is the teacher right here. And this is the everyday white woman. Damn, her name is Karen. The everyday Karen white woman that is a school teacher that is in charge of being over Black, Hispanic, and Indian children and decides to do something like that. And many times what ends up happening is they act as though they don't even understand the repercussions of the act.
Right.
Meaning when they say the N-word, when they do things like this, I'm sure she is like, I didn't know that it was going to have that effect. When they wear blackface and things like that, and then they actually punish for it, they always act like it didn't click.
Right.
The marbles didn't click. You know what I mean? Two tacos short of a combination plate. It just doesn't click for a lot of them, man. Right. We understand why. You see these things happen all the time. If I could, let me see. There was a little screenshot. She said, being an art teacher, she's an art teacher. Being an art teacher, I guess it was art, hanging the baby by a cord under the TV. I guess that was part of art. Being an art teacher is my gift and passion. I have 4 beautiful daughters, plus my stepchildren and grands. My love is husband, John, and God is great. God is great. Christianity is great, right? Christianity, pure Christianity, and the misunderstanding of Blacks, Hispanics, and the Indians. We kind of contemplate and we ask ourselves, why do these things always happen? Right. There's a reason why these things always happen. And these people always seem like they're oblivious to the past. This is a teacher that should know the past, that should know about slavery, right, that should know about lynchings and burnings and church bombings. She should know that, right? But it's something in her spirit that makes her not even consider it. Right. And that's the fact that they are different from us. And the Lord created us different from Esau, from the Edomites.
That's right.
So-called white race. All right. Now I'm going to drop that one. Let's drop that one. And I'm going to get this is a brother. Go ahead.
So if I could,
go ahead.
It seemed like every time they get caught, they didn't really expect to get punished for it because, they're used to getting away with stuff. So they're not used to actually being held accountable for their actions. I feel like that's another reason why they be like, well, it was just a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like that innocence they try to place.
Colin, what you brought out a good point. Is Blacks, Hispanics, and the Indians, we do understand consequences.
Right.
In fact, we live in a way where we don't care about the consequences. And most Black people know that when you're doing something wrong or you're doing something controversial, you're going to get punished for it.
Right.
Because that's just how it goes in the Black community.
Right.
If you do a crime, you're going to get punished for it. If you take someone's life, you're going to get punished for it. It's coming. You don't know when it's coming. You don't know when the police are going to get you. You don't know when your enemies are going to get you, but you know that judgment is coming.
Right.
When you are a people who constantly get slaps on the wrist and you know there is no real consequences for your action, it's a shocker. It is a shocker. There's a video. I seen a video recently where it was a brother that was in front of a Walmart getting signatures. You know how brother people get. He was getting signatures. You know, you ran into those people, right? And he's getting signatures, and it was a petition to keep transgenders out of girls' sports. Anyway, a white person knew what he was doing, found, you know, seen him before, and looked up and hunted him down, went to the Walmart, and he physically attacked him, right? And then took his paper, ripped it, and when the police get there, the police, he's a big victim. He's such a big victim, right? And the police go to both parties, and then they go to Walmart and say, run the cameras. And in the camera, it showed him assaulting the black man. Well, they didn't arrest the white man, but they told him he could never come back to the Walmart premises. He got to leave right now. And he was so shocked that he had to leave. He was like, but what about him? What are you going to do to him? Right. What are you going to do to him? He couldn't even fathom, you know, putting his hands on someone and ripping up their property, which is federal paperwork. And he's just being asked to leave. He's not even getting arrested. And I can't believe this. I can't believe you're doing this to me. What about this black man? Black men didn't do anything. But it just goes to show that like they are so used to not being punished for anything that they are shocked and they're apologetic and they cry whenever they are actually punished for something. Right? Now, if I could, where I wanted to go. All right, this is a brother in the school, okay, and he's interviewing a Native Indian. I thought this was comical. So let me play this video.
Precinct Officer Maya Shiala, and I'm here with
Jim Sawgrass.
Precinct Officer Maya Shiala. This brother, he did a hell of a job with this interview. So shout out to this brother. Let me just back it up a little bit.
This is Precinct Officer Maya Shiala, and I'm here with
Jim Sawgrass.
This is Jim Sawgrass. Jim Sawgrass, just a few quick questions for you. What Indian tribe are you from?
My family are descendants of the Muskogee people.
Shit. Hell nah. 1 second, Slocky. I didn't even realize this was not that up. Let me put it a little closer. He said he was Creek. We're gonna have to pull up a picture. Let me pull up some pictures of some creeks real quick. Let me see. Said he a part of the Creek Indian tribe. All right, this is a good one. Oh, let me see. We're gonna see what Jim Sawgrass. Creek Indian I bought. Y'all, let me show y'all. Let me what is that? Let's rewind that back. Man.
What Indian tribe are you from?
My family are descendants of the Muskogee people, the Creeks. We live in Florida today. We're not from a federal tribe, but we do have a powwow down there, and I.
And she want to press her. Come. Yeah, we're going right now. Come. All right, go press. Salaki. Where we at? Okay, so let me pull this up. Let me pull this image up. Pull this image up. Share the screen. Window. Said he was he said he was a Creek Indian. This is what a Creek Indian looked like back in the day. This is what a Creek Indian looked like. Bob, we good on audio? This is what a Creek Indian looked like.
Oh, it's not hooked up to your computer.
Most on press.
We can hear it.
Yeah. Let's you want to get the This is what a Creek Indian looked like. Let's go back.
To powwows like this and teach people. The Creeks, we live in Florida today. We're not from a federal tribe, but we do have a powwow down there, and I travel to powwows.
Y'all just bear with us. We're just trying to get this audio connection to
I'm glad I asked you. So he's a Creek Indian, and we know that is some BS. Of course we know that. Just look at him. He looks like he's from the Caucasus Mountains of Russia, Georgia. All right. But this is the characteristic of the oppressor, which is he goes into a country, he unalives everyone, and then he takes their identity. And that's exactly what he did to the North American Indian. Went in there and took the identity of God's chosen people, right. The North American Indians, the tribe of Gad, the Seminole Indian, the tribe of Reuben. It's pathetic. This is pathetic. And what he is what you call a $5 Indian. Right. He is a $5 Indios, $5 Indian. And his foreparents, what they did was they went and bribed government officials to put their name on the dolls rolls to get the benefits of real Native American Indians, and they paid $5 in order to get land and to get recognized as an actual Native Indian. This imposter is not a Native American Indian, and it's laughable that you have people today that claim to be Native American Indian when they are European, Caucasus Mountain Caucasians from the caves. They have never been Native American Indians, but this happens everywhere. You got South Africans right now, white people that are South Africans in South Africa that are kicking the South Africans out of South Africa and beating the hell out of them and treating them like white people treated black people during the Jim Crow era, right? Because they get somewhere and they just feel like, listen, we done neutralized everybody. Now we are them. And that has been their track record since the beginning of time. That has been their track record since the beginning of time. The Edomites, so-called white man, is to take your identity, is to rape, rob, and murder you. And then later on down the line, they will be saying that they're Native American Indian. Later down the line, they are saying that they are South African. Later down the line, they'll be saying they're African American. They'll be saying, listen, white Tupac was white. Later down the line, you don't believe that it's possible, but it has happened in history. It's very possible. It don't take but a few generations for people to forget. Of course, people are not going to forget because of social media and because of, the way we can save history now. History is just not written in books and nothing like that, but they will take your identity. And Jim Sawgrass is a perfect example of identity theft, which is we're going to find out when we go into Deuteronomy 28. There's another group of people on the planet that live, that believe that they are God's chosen people. And it is, in fact, the greatest form of identity theft that has ever happened in the history of the world. And we're going to find that out when we read Deuteronomy. We read about those prophecies and those curses and those blessings that were supposed to happen to God's chosen people. All right. So now where I want to go, I think that's about it. Okay. Let's get into Deuteronomy. All right. We're going to get into Deuteronomy. So I need y'all to pull that up. There's one more story. And I don't know. Did I go over this story? About the brother sitting in front of the bank? I know I must have did it somewhere, but did I do it in class? The brother sitting in front of the bank and he was waiting to deposit money. And the bank called the police on him. We did it in class? Okay. No sweat. So let's get Deuteronomy. So when we go in here, we just got to start thinking. You got to be asking yourself, who are the people that this pertains to? You know what I mean? And we're going to be reading the Bible we're going to be reading the Bible in a way that is different, or should I say that doesn't even happen in the Christian church. It don't even happen. You don't go into the Bible in the Christian church. The pastor come in there hooping and hollering. He might pull out one of his old stories that he's been telling for 20, 30 years to the congregation, grab a few grab one precept for the Old Testament and one from the New, have a song and a dance, bang that tambourine, send that basket around, and you come up out of there and you be feeling like you done serve God, and you don't even know the God in the Bible. You don't even know what the Lord in the Bible requires. You think God is about love. You think God is about forgiveness. These are the tributes that Christians have. They think God is just all about love, forgiveness, and positivity. And anything negative, oh, that's the devil. That's the devil. That's the enemy. And every time when Christians say, they be like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I always wonder, who do you think your enemy is? It's another black person? Oh, it's another Hispanic person that you think is the enemy, right? And so it sounds comical when when I say it, but it just shows that Christians don't learn the Bible. They don't know the Bible. Right. And so we're going to get into it. So if you could, we're going to start at Deuteronomy 28:1. If you could.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass, thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So the Lord is saying, if you would do all of these things, that you would have these blessings. These things will come upon you as a people, not as an individual, like in a Christian church. They talk about, it's always about me and my personal relationship with God in the Christian church. But when you really get into the scriptures, you see that the Lord is dealing with the nation of people. No matter what nation he's dealing with, it's always a nation of people. Aside from the priests and prophets that he is using to speak to these nations and prophesy to these nations, it is always in the perspective of a whole group of people. Okay. And he's telling the Israelites, listen, man, y'all just came up out of the worst bondage y'all had ever seen in Egypt. Right. Now, if you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you observe these things and do them day and night, you're going to be set above all nations. Now, there's who would you say today is above all nations? I know it ain't black people. I know it ain't brown people. But there is a people who are set up high above all nations. They are above all nations. They control the world. They are, they can do whatever they want in this world. They're above all nations. They can do war crimes. They can blow up families. They can hit hospitals with missiles without any repercussions. They're above all nations. They're on high. Can't nobody touch them. People get mad and protest, but can't nobody touch them. Who is those nations? Right? Let's keep going.
Verse 3. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Blessed shall thou be in the city. I'm sorry. Blessed shall thou be in the city. Blessed shall you be in the field. So you would be blessed within the cities. You would be blessed in the countryside. Okay. What people are blessed in the cities and the countryside, even today? Just think about it. You don't need to answer it. Just think about it in your head. Go ahead.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy ground.
The fruit of thy body is your children. Right. You will be blessed in your children, and the fruit of your ground, and in your livelihood. The fruit of your ground, what your land produces. The fruits, the vegetables, the livestock. Go ahead.
Oh God, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
You will be increasing all of those things. And see, because we live mostly in urban areas and cities, people are really ignorant to the fact that everything comes from the countryside. Everything comes, all of your substance comes from agriculture. And after World War III, that's what the world is going to go back to. Agriculture, farming, tilling, shepherding your flocks, right? When you have a lot of flocks, you, as the Bible say, you are waxing fat. You live in large, you're rich. Wealth is cows and flocks and sheep and herds and land and grass and, I'm sorry, grass, fruits and vegetables and the things that the land produces. That's being rich. We think being rich is, you get your money that goes and deposit into your account and you go to the supermarket and you can buy what you want. You know what I mean? But you're really at a disadvantage, because if something happens, that food won't be there anymore. But if you're in your own land with your cattle and all that, you don't have to worry about what the world is doing and how you're going to get food to your table. Keep going, Salaki.
Verse 5. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. Oh
man, that sounds like a sweet blessing, man. And all we had to do was listen to God and follow God, right? Give me Joshua 1:8, just to double down on that. All we had to do is keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And I know a lot of y'all that are ignorant and you don't know the Bible. You think the law is just the 10 commandments. There's much more than that. There's much more than that. All right. It has to do with everything about how you serve the Lord and how you treat your brother and sister, and what you put in your mouth and what you eat. Okay. Go ahead when you got it.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Thou shalt meditate on it day and night, and observe to do everything that is in there, right? Not just a little bit, not just a piece of it. Not say the law is done away with. Not say that I should just do this and not this. Not just I don't steal, but at the same time, you covet another man's woman. Do it all. Go ahead.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
It says if you do these things, you will become prosperous and you would have good success. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to succeed in this world. Everybody wants to succeed. The way that we could succeed as Black and brown people is simply by keeping the commandments. If you look at if you can think in your mind some of the worst things that happen in our community, whether it be a crime, health issues, abortion, whatever is in your mind is the worst thing. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments could change that thing overnight and make us start to look like a people that got some damn sense. Okay. Let's go back to Deuteronomy, please.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
It says the Lord will cause the enemies that rises up against you to be smitten, being smoked right before your face.
Right.
Meaning your enemies would not be able to subjugate you, put you in chains, lock you up, throw you in prison, rape your women, take your children and put them to work. Do what they doing to children today that's missing. What we hear about what's going on in the Epstein files. Those things wouldn't be able to happen to you if you were keeping the law, statute, commandments. Your enemies. See, the Lord is talking to his people, and the enemies are a whole nother group of people. I hope you Christians understand that when the Lord is talking about enemies, when he's talking to Israel, the enemies of Israel are not other Israelites. It's not the nigga that lives across the street from you. It's not the woman that you don't like because her weave, the colors of her weave she wear. It's not your people that the Lord is referring to as an enemy. It is a people that is not your people that is the enemy. And that people would be able to subjugate you, defeat you, conquer you, triumph over you. But they wouldn't be able to do that if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. These were the blessings. You would have the power to fight them off. You would have the power to defeat them. We'd have the wisdom, the power, the military prowess to defeat them. Where we at about it?
Verse, they shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
So they would come in one way, and then your defenses would make them scatter like roaches. You know, like how raid, you pull out that raid, you go into an abandoned home and you open up that drawer and the roaches scatter. That's how your enemies would do. Once they try to come up against you, they realize that they made a terrible mistake because God would be with you. Okay, go ahead. What verse we at?
The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy store, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy gives, like which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
So you would be blessed in your storehouse, meaning everything that you're storing up, all of the grain, all of the food that you're storing for the months when you can't produce. He said the Lord would. It said that the Lord would command a blessing, meaning you gonna be blessed. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Why are you tripping? You don't have to think about, oh, I got a winter time is coming. I gotta get out here and I gotta hunt. I gotta worry about this. Like right now, we live in a society where you gotta worry about how you gonna pay rent. You gotta worry about, okay, what we eating, what we're gonna be eating next week, because I don't got no money. You live a life, Blacks, Hispanics, you live a life where there is no certainty about what you're going to be eating. Like you can be up and pick and choose, you know what I mean? Typically when you're picking and choosing, you're picking some damn fast food or something that's not good for you. But you don't have, it's no certainty about, okay, food from month to month. It's no certainty. It's no certainty about, what you're going to have from month to month. All right. The Lord will command the storehouses to be full. Go ahead.
8. And thou shalt write upon the stones. Verse 8. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouse, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Man, everything you would do, you would be blessed. Everything you would, you would do with your hands, meaning work. Oh, I'm thinking about, I got plans. I want to build this treehouse for my kids. I got plans. I want to build a fence, a perimeter I got these plans. I want to make this garden, and I'm going to plant fruit trees over here. I want to plant everything that your hands was set out to do. The Lord will be with you. Right? Keep going.
Verse 9. The Lord shall establish thee in holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways.
Said the Lord will establish you. Meaning you got to think Israelites come out of a small group of people. The Israelites was not a large group of people in multitude. The Lord said he would establish the Israelites unto himself as a holy people, meaning these people are God's own chosen people that he loves out of all of his creation. All of the, different people on the planet Earth, he would choose these people. And we know what the word holy is, meaning to be separate. These people will be separate and set apart. But there was a what's the word? When you have a choice, you have a dilemma, like a choice. Predicament. No, ultimatum. It's not an ultimatum. But anyway, you say it again. No. I'm sorry. It's not that. But you would have to make you would have a dilemma on whether or not you're going to serve the Lord, because it's like all of these good things that you see these other people doing, you want to do them. Same as today. There's a lot of good things that people are doing in the world that look good to the eye, and they look like they're fun, but they're not godly. And so God's people want to do them or serve him, and he established you as a holy people. But you're going to be separated from everybody. There are things that you're not going to be doing that everybody's doing, like eating pork roast, celebrating birthdays and celebrating, holidays that go back to Baal and pagan gods. You're not going to be doing that. You're going to be set apart, holy. You know what I mean? That's what that means. Go ahead.
Verse 10. All the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of it.
Now, all the people will see that. Like in Deuteronomy, right? I think we can better explain that in Deuteronomy. It says, all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, meaning that we are surnamed after the Most High. Like he is our Father. And they will see that in the way that we act, right? In the way, I'm trying to not, you already know where I'm going, but in the way that these people act and behave, in their behavior, people will look at them and know like these are God's chosen people, right? And they will be afraid of these people because they like, these people, they're better than me because they're not chasing whores. They're not killing one another. They don't do drugs. Like, and we do all of that stuff. These people are God's people, and I'm afraid to cross these people. I'm afraid of what might happen if, I do something that offends these people. I'm afraid of it because I know that God got to be with these people because they're so different. They're so set apart. They're so holy. What people on the planet Earth do you see today that even have those attributes? You don't see nobody like that. You don't see, there is nobody you can look at. I can't look at no people, whether it be white Americans, white Australians, the so-called Jewish people, Russians, Chinese. There's nobody on the planet Earth I can say, I can look at them and say, they're so holy that I know that God is with them. None. Makes me wonder, who are the people that haven't stepped into this? Let's keep going.
Verse 11. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy ground, and the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee.
Plenteous in goods, meaning you got it. You got everything you need. You got surplus. Right. I think United States, I think they say when it comes to the food, like the food banks in America, it comes from a surplus. About, if you could look up, when it comes to the food industry, how much surplus food is available? Not even the food industry. Just look up in the United States. How much surplus food does the United States have? Meaning when it says plenteous, we're talking about you got way more than you need. You got enough that you can help other people. You can give other people food. If you don't give other people food, it's going to go to waste. All right? Let me hear it.
It says the U.S. produces a massive surplus
Mm-hmm.
with about 70 million tons of edible food going unsold or uneaten annually.
70 million tons. Now, I bought 70 million tons. Let's get this. How many people can 70 million tons feed?
It says the surplus equals nearly 25% of the total U.S. food supply, valued at roughly $382 billion, and represents over 110 billion meals.
110 billion meals. Now, I want you to think that, and this is a sidebar. Think about this. Think about the oppressor. Think about the people that run America. Think about the people in the food administration and all of that. 10 how many billion? 110 billion meals. We're talking about food that goes to, it doesn't get sold, it goes to waste. These people are so diabolical and so evil that they would let 110 billion meals simply go to waste, go into the trash can, and no one get it. Meanwhile, you got people all across America that are starving, that could use those meals. You got homeless people from California to Maine that are starving, that could use that food, but your oppressor would rather let all of that food go to waste. If that is not the devil, I do not know what is.
Right.
He is a deceiver and a liar to make you believe that people are starving because they're not trying hard enough. Are they not standing in front of the food pantries enough? Are they not trying to, find resources enough when there is a surplus of food to the tune of 110 billion meals that go uneaten and they just go to waste? They don't even get sold. They don't even make money off of it. They're like, this food was produced and nobody gets it. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. I gotta do a story on that one. I gotta do something else on that because that's crazy, right? Let's keep going. Let's get Deuteronomy. That was a sidebar, y'all, Salakia, but I just wanted to figure out the surplus. But if you keep the law, statutes, commandments, these people, you would have amount of food where it'll be plenteous, meaning like you have so much food. Your family ain't hurting. The family next door ain't hurting. Nobody in your community is hurting. And we're talking about, let's just say a town. Nobody is hurting in that town. But you're able to make sure everybody is okay. Even people that are not even in your town. In another town, you can just ship out food to other places. Because you serve the Lord. And because everything you put your hands to do, you got success because you serve the Lord. Go ahead. Go ahead, Abai.
What you're saying is so heavy. It's about seeing the opposite people be ruled. The Lord has laws about us not cleaning all the fruit off the trees for that exact reason. The surplus of food to go to those who don't have it.
Right.
And seeing our person rule and hearing that number right there, like, come on, like it just shows you how much compassion the Lord truly has on his people and how much hate that the devil has for people.
That's right. And how greedy they are.
Right.
How greedy they are. And what Abad was talking about is the law to not glean your fields and your fruits and your vegetables. Those things that fall from the trees like apples and oranges and all of that, let the poor come and get that out of the field. Right. But what he's explaining is that doesn't happen in America. They have that gated off and they picking up everything because of greed. and it doesn't even get sold or it doesn't even get eaten. It just goes to waste. It just shows you how evil these people are. All right. That was a good point, Abad. All right. Keep going.
The book of Deuteronomy, 28, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, thou shalt not borrow.
That's the thing we were talking about. It says, thou shalt lend to many nations. And also he talks about the heaven, about rain. The Lord will allow for rain to come in this season so that your crops can produce and they can grow. You know what I mean? And that's what all people that do agriculture, farmers and everything, they bet on. They bet on those certain seasons. They bet on it like this, when the season comes, then I can plant this. This is going to grow and I can harvest it and I can take it to the market and I can sell it and I'm going to get this much for it. Many people don't know that when it comes to, the farmers associations, the United States government has bought up a lot of the companies that buy the produce from these farmers. And so these farmers are in business with the United States government, and it's almost starting to become like a monopoly with the United States government taking over a lot of land. You know what I mean? And so that's where you see a lot of food is going to get scarce because, as we just read, they get so much surplus, but they don't even sell it. They just let it go to waste, right? And it's a reason for that. Keep going. Where you at?
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail.
Go ahead.
Oh God. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath.
You would always be on top and not beneath. You would not. These people would always be ruling. They would never be at the bottom asking and protesting and begging. Go ahead.
Oh God. If thou that hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them, thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them.
And this seems like a good deal, I feel like this was a good deal.
Right.
This was a good deal to just serve the Lord, observe those commandments, those laws and those statutes, and that were put in place by the righteous man, put in charge by the Most High. And it just seems like it was a good deal, man. But these people, I guess they just couldn't get it, because now we're going to read some of the things that have happened in the process of them not following these laws, statutes, and commandments. When we get to 15, now we just read about all of the blessings, all of the good things that would happen for God's people if they just did what he said. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a child and you have all of these, a lot of times you could be strict. You could have all these restrictions, and it's to protect your child. And they don't understand that, right? But you have all these rules, and if they follow these rules, you're going to drop down a blessing on them. You're going to show your children appreciation. Like, listen, you've been doing a good job. You've been doing a good job. You've been doing your chores. I ain't heard nothing from your teachers. They have nothing but praise for you. You've been getting awards. You just, you know what? I'm going to bless you. I'm going to look out for you. You know what I mean? Because I love you. And you doing the thing that I'm asking you to do, right? But if your child is not doing the thing that you're asking them to do, it's going to be hell for your child, right? It's going to be hell, because you're going to say, nope, you can't go there. No, you can't go here. No, you can't have none of that. No, yeah, I know I got those things up there in the cabinet, in the pantry, those cookies, and no, you can't have none, because your behavior has not shown me, that you deserve it. You don't deserve it. I'm sorry. Oh, you did it? Oh, yeah, I have to punish you. Oh, yeah, stand in the corner. Oh, okay, you're going to write standards. Okay, no sweat. Oh, you did what? Oh, okay. All right, I got you. You come in with punishments. You coming down with the law. You coming down and you raining fire. You understand? And so that is the relationship of the Most High and his people.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And think of it in a microcosm of how you deal with your children if you're a good parent. A lot of you ain't good parents because you don't understand what is right and wrong is. But if you get into ISBK, we'll teach you what is right and wrong is, and we'll also teach you on how to discipline your children and what is right and wrong, not according to what the white man says, but according to what God says. You understand? But in a microcosm, that is, when I say a microcosm, I mean in a small world, in your own household, that's the same as how the Lord deals with his people. And he just laid out, listen, if you do all of these things, man, good things are going to happen for you. Now here comes the bad things that's going to happen if you don't listen to me. Let's get it, Ibad. Verse 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But it shall come to pass, thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and cover thee, so I can overtake thee.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed shall they be. See, we read about the blessings, but now you cursed in the city. Now you cursed in the field. Now we talking about the people. Are we good? Are we good with the air? You good? Are you good? All right. I'm sorry. Read that again. I just wanted to make sure everybody wasn't, I know the air is, it's dropping down.
Come on, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field. In the cities, in the urban areas, and the countryside, you will be cursed. Things will happen to you. Like when you think about the city, you have so much more access to certain things. Well, these people will not have access to these certain things. These people will go through trials and tribulations in the city. These people will go through trials and tribulations in the country, in the countryside. Like, we're talking about a specific people. And let me just tell you, man, it's blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. That's who the people have suffered in the cities and in the countryside. Go ahead.
Cursed shalt thou, it's like a curse shall be thy basket and thy store.
Oh, man. So now your basket and your store, everything that you got going on, man, your little business, your substance is cursed, right? Your little small business, you're trying to get a business, you're trying to provide and take care of your family. All of that is cursed. Okay, keep going.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
Cursed shall be the fruit of your body, man. The fruit of your body, meaning your children. Your children will be cursed. You look at your children like, damn, I guess you were just born to die. I guess my child was just born to go to prison. School to prison pipeline. I guess my child was just born to live in poverty and be on the streets of Tijuana begging, asking foreigners for a favor. I guess my children would just grow up and be drug dealers, to be pimps and hurt people and get their life taken at a young age because of a stupid choice. I guess my daughters would grow up to be a prostitute. I didn't think this was going to happen to my children. I guess everything that I planted is going to die because no rain is coming. I'm cursed. Like, I thought I was going to get a good crop this year. I was looking forward to harvesting my crops and taking it to market, and I was going to make a good little fortune. But everything is dying off. The locust is eating it. Read it from the top.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep.
So all of the things that would make you rich and make you prosperous and give you a comfortable life if you was keeping the law, statute, commandments, you no longer have if you didn't follow the law, statute, commandments. Right. These things will be a sign. They would be a curse upon you. Go ahead.
Curse shall be, it's like a curse shall be thou when thou comest in, and curse shall be thou when thou goest out.
Damn. Curse shall you be when you cometh in and when you goeth out. The minute you leave up out of the house, you cursed. When you come in, you cursed. Ain't nothing going right for you. Ain't nothing going right. And you can blame it on different factors and not realizing it's simply because you're not keeping the law, statute, commandments. You are the people that is chosen by the Most High, but you are not doing the things that he asks. And you think that you're spiritual and you're following this religious leader, that religious leader, this person that speaks eloquently, this person that is very charismatic. You're following all of these people that supposedly have this form of spirituality, and you have left from following your God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And you're not doing what he's asking. Right. And you're ignorant of why your life is going the way it's going. Does it sound familiar? It's because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are them. You are the people that is talked about in Deuteronomy 28. You are them. And you are going through those curses. You have went through those curses. And until you actually understand who you are, you will continue to have these same issues. Let's keep reading.
Verse 19. Verse 20.
The
Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto do.
Oh, wait. The Lord shall send upon cursing, vexation, and rebuke. Everything you do, somebody is upset at you. Everything you do, it seems like the system or the world is trying to stop you from doing it. Everything you do or try to do, and it doesn't pan out, you are vexed. You are vexed in your mind. You are confused in your mind. You are upset. You're like, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for me to get this and get that for my family? Why is it so hard for me to finish this or finish that? Why does it seem like everybody in the system is against me? It's because it is. It's because this is the curse for not listening to the Lord. This is what the Bible is saying, and it actually happens to a group of people. Now, you can determine in your mind who they are. You can make up in your mind who they are, but there's a specific people that this is talking to and talking about. Keep going about.
21. Until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
So all of these things are out to get you.
Right.
They're out to lay you out, to smoke you, to put you out of your misery because you didn't listen to what God had to say. You listened to some pastor, what he had to say. You listen to the Pope of what he has to say. You listen to a Muslim imam of what he has to say about God. But the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you don't consider. You think that that's not the word of God, or the white man wrote the Bible, or this is not, this is not truth. I'd rather listen to African spirituality. I'd rather listen to the universe. What does the universe have to say? Say. What does, burning sage and sticks and crystal rocks, what does that say to me? How can that tell me what to do? Direct me into the positivity. You don't hearken until what the law says and what the God of the Bible says. And so this world and the things of this world are trying to get you up out of the world. They're trying to destroy you. What did it say? What did it say? Until you are what?
Like until thou be destroyed.
Until you are destroyed. Get up out of here. Live your little stupid life and die. That's what the world is doing to blacks, Hispanics, and Indians. It is literally pushing you out. And it's bombarding you with this and with that. And you're vexed and you're confused. And you're trying this and trying that, and nothing is working. You're trying to be spiritual and fight. Like nothing is working. Nothing is working. You can say for some people, they have found some type of groove where they found a way to work things out for themselves. But as a group of people, nothing is working. And don't effing lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. Nothing is working with our people. Nothing is working with our people. Don't lie. You're an effing liar if you're trying to say there are things that work for our people. Nothing is working for our people. Nothing at all. Meanwhile, you got people that are sitting on top of the world, dropping fucking drones on Palestinians and killing people at will, and nothing is happening to them. And everything is working for them. Don't tell me, black and Hispanic people, don't tell me that they're living a good life. You're a liar and you're delusional. You're delusional. You're a liar. Nothing is working. You can't go against the word of the Lord. You just can't do it. Right. You can lie to yourself, but the results are there. The results are there. The results have been there for 150 years of us not following the Lord. The destruction of our families, the destruction of our women, the destruction of our children, the destruction of our men. It's been there. You can look at it. You can see it, but you lie to yourself and you put your trust in America as though this is going to go on forever. You better snap out of it. Right. Snap out of it. Keep reading about it.
Verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land.
He said he's going to make the pestilence cleave unto you. Pestilence, COVID-19, measles, chicken pox. What's the one? Monkey pox. All of these different diseases, these pestilence, COVID-19. Keep going.
Whether thou, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it.
Until he has consumed thee off the land. So you are gone. You going into a land that the Lord said that was yours, but because you don't listen to the Lord, you are gone and your generation is gone. Now I want you, for the smart people, when it talks about going to possess the land, when you read the Bible, it's twofold. It's not always literal. So what applied then still applies now. And when we're in a place called America, North America, South and Central America, the same curses apply now, and they happened. Pestilences still happen. And you know who the people who are most affected by the pestilences? It ain't because of the white man. Don't say that. Let's just go with COVID-19, right? COVID-19 hit. You know the number one people that were dying from COVID-19? They had a news article. They had a news article or story on video where they said that the number one people that are affected by COVID-19 is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It sent chills down my spine because I knew it was the curses of God. And in the physical, like that's spiritual. In the physical, I knew that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the people that are afraid to go to the hospital, number one. And they are the people who are more poverty stricken, so they may not have health care. So in one instance, I seen this is spiritual, but on the other instance, it connected also with the fact that in the literal sense, we are the people that can't damn near afford health care. And so we're going to be affected more when some pestilence comes, some disease comes, because number one, we don't got money to be at the doctor all the time. Number two, a lot of people are afraid to go to the doctor. And there you have it. Let's keep going.
Verse 22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning.
A consumption and with a fever and an inflammation and a burning. Sounds familiar. Ooh-wee. Burning. Go ahead.
And with the sword and with the blasting.
And with the what?
And with the sword and with the blasting.
And with the sword and with the blasting. Keep going.
And with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
So you're talking about all type of diseases, all kinds of things that would not affect you. Like when you talk about Native American Indians, they were infected with blankets with smallpox, and the white man was victorious in killing them. But had they known that they, remember who they were, the children of God, they would have been invincible. All of these diseases that you think about in our lifetime, where it's from, Ebola, AIDS, measles. What are some of the ones? Mad cow disease. There's a lot of diseases that you when you heard the symptoms, you're like, God damn. I don't want that. But these things were written about aforetime. 4,000 years ago, we're reading. Go ahead.
Verse 24. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall come down upon thee until thou be destroyed.
The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. So before, you was having rain that was coming down in its season. So your crops would grow. You'll be able to look forward to a plenteous year with crops and food, being able to take care of a lot of people. Now that rain is dust. It's a famine. Rain ain't coming like it's supposed to come. So guess what? Your crops ain't growing like they're supposed to grow. This is the curses of God. Go ahead.
Verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies, and thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them.
Now we read about that. We read about it when they come against you. They'll be fleeing 7 ways. Now you're fleeing 7 ways before them. You come up to your enemy, and now they chasing your ass 7 ways to 7 up out of their place, out of their town. Now it done flip, because now you're no longer a righteous people. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So now don't nothing work. Don't nothing work. Nothing ever works. Nothing ever works. All of the things that we do don't work. When you think about all of the things that we consider that's good in this time period, that you look at black people and you say, wow, they did really, they doing a good thing. None of those things pan out to actually transferring that wealth, that power, that prestige to their people. It's always just an individual. And they got to do a lot of stuff, a lot of something strange for a little bit of change in order to even be in that spot. That's the truth. Go ahead,
and flee seven. It's like it's flee 7 ways before them. Thou shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
Thou shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. What does that mean? You would go into captivity. You would be conquered by people, and they would take some of those people that they conquered and put them on boats or put them on carriages or put them in a caravan and take them to a whole nother country. God's people would be scattered all over the earth. That's the point. Go ahead.
Verse 26, thy carcass shall be meat unto all the fowls of the air, and it's the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away.
Listen, your carcass will sit out to all the fowls of the air. The vultures will eat your carcass. You know, back in ancient times, it was a very normal thing for when somebody get killed and die, they just lay there and bleed out, and the dogs will come and lick up your blood and eat you. Keep reading.
Verse 27, the Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt and with the emeralds, like in the emerald.
With the hemorrhoids, right? Go ahead. The Lord will smite you with the botch of Egypt. Go ahead.
And with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, wherefore thou canst not be healed.
Damn, with the scab and the itch, they can't be healed. Excuse me. 1 second. I want to see what does it mean. So the botch of Egypt is basically a severe, incurable skin disease. Now, let's read that from the top again.
Verse 27. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed.
You're going to have an itch that ain't going nowhere. You're going to have a scab that ain't going nowhere. It was incurable. The botch of Egypt, meaning incurable diseases in Egypt. So those same diseases in Egypt that they was getting, the Lord is going to smite you with those. He's going to hit you with that thing, right? Keep going.
The Lord will smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind broketh in darkness.
The Lord will smite you with madness and astonishment of heart. You wouldn't believe that these things are happening to you. When you look at Black and Hispanic people, there are things that happen to us where you see us cry out in astonishment. And when I say astonishment, when the Bible says astonishment, it's not talking about a good astonishment. It's talking about a bad astonishment. Like it's something bad. And you see fathers and mothers cry out in astonishment. And they are shocked at what has happened to their family, what has happened to their children, what has happened in general. Shocked. Astonishment. And it says you will grope at noonday. So our people would be like a blind man that is moving through the world they can't see. So this is what God is saying. You would be a people that are like a blind man. You're blind, spiritually blind. You're blind to what's going on spiritually, and you're blind to the times. You notice how many people are blind to the times and how easy they could just take your mind off of what is going on. We are literally living in World War III right now. And a lot of y'all don't went back to sleep. You don't even know we're living in World War III. You don't even understand that a bomb can hit this place and it's over. You are blind. You're like a man. You're like, what's his name? You're like Stevie Wonder. You don't even know what time it is spiritually. And you don't know what time it is when you look at what is going on, the sign of the times. Look at the sign of the times. Keep reading.
Verse 29. It's like verse 30. And thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Yeah.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
Thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and you shall only be oppressed and spoiled forevermore. What is it saying when it says be spoiled? Somebody in the chat, what does it mean when it is saying shall be spoiled evermore? Let's see. Cruiser said rotten. Rotten, not exactly, but you're close. Made bad like bad milk. That's not exactly what I want. Kalma said useless. I'll take that. Kapa said cursed. That's close. But I would take useless, right? Of no use. Okay. So think about spoiled. Like we typically think about spoiled as like some food going spoiled, right? But think of also as spoiled as being something that has no value no more. No longer it has value. Don't have value no more. Okay. In biblical times, let's just say you could go and fight a people and you kill all those people. Now you can have all of the things that they left over. Okay. That would also be a spoil. Wasted away. I'll take that, right? But you have no value anymore. You don't have any value. There's no value to you. Like when people look at these people today, they say, what's the value of these people? Probably because they got all the value in slavery. Probably because they got all the value. What's the value of North American Indians today? Look at those North American Indians. Look at those Indians. They got some casinos, but a lot of them is on reservations, drunk as hell, suffering from alcoholism. What's the value of them today? Probably because they got the main value, which was the land that they were already on when the white man got here. What's the value of those Mexicans today? Let's send them back. Call ICE. Let's send them back. What's the value of those Mexicans? Are they going to FAFO? They're going to F around and find out what the value of the Mexicans is when the food shortage gets very low. Right. Those are the people who's picking all of the food, right? That's the value. The value of God's chosen people would be gone. And people would look at us like we don't have any value. What's the point? What's the point of them being in America? Why don't you just go back to your own country? This is MAGA land. Why don't you go back to your own country? If you don't like here, just leave. I don't see no value in you. They don't see no value in us. And that's okay. But in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Hanna, we are bringing the value of Black and Hispanic people back to recognition, back to who they are, for them to understand we have a lot of value. And our value will increase, not to men, but to God, if we turn back and start keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, and doing what he said in the first place. We stopped doing what he said, and over the years, we have been destroyed, oppressed, and spoiled, and we lost our value, but we're getting our value back. Our value is not in how much we have in our bank account. Our value, your value is not in your ass. It's not in how big your ass is. Your value is not how many tests you get 100% on. Your value is in you keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's your value, all right? About if you could give me one more time, too. All right? That's the value of us. We put so much value on so many things that mean nothing to God. Like Christians put value on the things that you put value on the things that you want in your personal life. And don't get me wrong, there are things that I want. I don't know if I ever see in this world, that, to me, I was like, oh yeah, I'll be on top. I'll be, it'll be a good life. It'll be a nice life. But that's not important. That's not the most important thing. And Christians put values on you put a value. That's swap. You put a value on whether or not you win a game tonight. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Please, Lord. I hope that we win this championship tonight. I hope that you be with the quarterback. And like, God don't care about that. You put a value on things that the Lord said. Okay, when it comes to material things and clothes and shelter, the Lord already said that He would take care of those things. That's in Matthew chapter 6. You put value on things that you want. Let's focus on putting value on the things that God wants. He has always wanted, but you didn't know that because you up under some Christian pastor that wears a 3-piece suit with alligator shoes, that has a suit and bald head like Steve Harvey, and you think that he's a man of God, but he doesn't know the Bible. And you done got your value. You think your value is being prosperous and have blessings upon blessings. I got me a Lexus. I got me the nice car. You know what I'm saying? I got money to go on trips. I got my passport. That doesn't mean nothing to Most High. It don't mean nothing to God. The Lord said He would take the foolish things to confound the wise. He would take something that you wouldn't even think was godly to confound you. And that thing that the Lord has taken is men, black and brown men, out of the barrios, the ghettos, the favelas, the reservation. People who you consider not good enough to be a man of God, doesn't look like a man of God, doesn't talk like a man of God. Well, the Lord said, I'm going to use that to bring about this truth. I'm going to use the very thing that people reject and would never accept to bring about the truth of who I really am. And that's why we're here today. That's why you're here today in this class. That's why I'm here teaching this class. I wasn't always Thawah Gabar. I was just some nigga in the world. I was just an average black man in the world that didn't know anything, that thought he knew something and didn't know anything. Just like millions upon millions of God's chosen people right now that don't know anything, but you have the opportunity. You got the opportunity right now. Right now is the opportunity to peel off the layers of the lies of the Christian church, of the Catholic Church. Right now is the opportunity. It's the opportunity to say, you know what? I want to live differently. I want to think differently. You know what? I don't know everything. I don't know everything. You know what? I want to sit down and I want to reprogram myself and learn all over again. Because everything I've learned is a lie. And no, my grandpa wasn't right. My pastor wasn't right. My mama wasn't right. I see it now. I admit that to myself now, that nobody was right. But the truth is the truth. And I want to learn the truth. That is what it's supposed to be. That is how all of us got here. We got here because we said we don't know anything. I'm on my soapbox right now. We don't know anything. We thought we knew something. We didn't know anything. Now we know. And it makes more sense than what they're talking about on Sundays in the church. It makes far more sense than what they're talking about in the Catholic Church. It makes far more sense than what they're talking about in any place of scholarship of why the world is the way it is, why our lives is the way they are. It makes far more sense. Right? I'm sorry. Let's Bob, where we at? Salaki. Let's go. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to it all. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30.
Let me see. There might be some. I'm gonna look real quick. Maybe there's some that we can skip up. The point is that these curses started hitting. So what I want to do, if you could, let's skip up to there's some good stuff right here. So okay, let's skip up to 43, verse 43. For time's sake.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43.
Uh-huh.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
The stranger that is within thee, meaning the stranger that lives within your community, shall get up very high, and you shall come down very low. You can equate that to what is happening, or what has happened this time in the Black community today. You see foreigners are able to come into Black and brown communities and get things faster and rise above them in their own community. Who is that happening to other than Black people? It's not happening. It damn sure ain't happening to Jewish people. You're not going into no Jewish people's community and having no damn business. You're not going into the Asian community and having any business that gets higher and on a large scale, not just one business, but a lot of them. When you look at the Black community, you have a lot of other people that are in the Black community making money off of Black and brown people, but they're not from that community. They are foreigners even to the country that these people live in, America. They're foreigners in America, but they have liquor stores, they have motels, they have convenience stores, they have nail salons, donut shops, beauty supplies. The list goes on and on and on. It's talking about a certain group of people that this is happening to. Let's keep going.
4. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
He's going to lend to you, and you're not going to lend to them. Now, when the blessings, if we would have listened, we would be the lender. We would have been the people that other people come to and say, can I get a loan? Can I borrow this? But now you have another group of people in your community called loan sharks and have all of the payday loan, own all of those type of places and exacting heavy interest on you too. Keep going.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover,
keep going.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Till thou be destroyed. Go ahead.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
They shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon your seed forever. Meaning these things that are happening to God's chosen people, today, your children can learn from it. They can learn from it as a sign and a wonder, like, damn, this is what God did to these people. These great people, he have put them in a position where all of these things are hitting them like blows from a heavyweight. Boom, 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 until they decide to start keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. But until then, all of these curses is boom, boom, boom. It's hitting these people. And it is a sign and a wonder to the children. We are the children. We are the children. Let me say it again. We are the children. You are the children, astonished for a sign and a wonder and looking like, damn, we are God's chosen people. It is a sign. Look at what has befallen us. Keep going.
Verse 47, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness, with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness and in want of all things.
You know, we go over this all the time. Now, these people serve their enemies in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness of all things, meaning they have to get their food from their enemies. They have to get their water from their enemies, their shelter, their clothing and nakedness and wants of all things. Anything you want. Internet? You want cable TV? You want to hear some music? You want to hear Spotify? You want to hear what you want? As Black and brown people, you got to go to another people for everything. You can't find a Black and brown person that has a water company, that has an electric company, that has a company that builds homes. It's just not something that is normal in this world. You got to go to a people that is considered your enemy and want of all things, everything you need. I see a lot of you Negroes talking that tough talk because you're carnal. You talk that tough talk like, yeah, I'm ready for the race war to happen. I'm ready for it to pop off. Yeah, we ready. Y'all white boys think that we ain't ready. You got us mistaken. You niggas is going to get a lot of black and Hispanic people killed. Because you got to go to your enemy and want of all things according to the Bible. You got to go to your enemy even in want of ammunition and guns, because that's who produces them. So nigga, you can't pop off no race war or nothing like that, man. And that's why the truth is so important, because we don't think carnally. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal. It's spiritual. And I'm not going to get a lot of black and brown people unalive because I think I'm some top militia and, you know, we got AR-15s and we've been training and we've been doing tech. I understand protecting your family and everything, but don't get it twisted. You're dealing with the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You're dealing with the devil that the Bible speaks of. So the same way they're crafty, you have to be spiritual above the carnality in your mind that thinks that you're going to do a physical war with the same people that produce the guns. Nigga, are you insane? You're going to get a lot of people hurt. The fuck is wrong with you? Salaki, excuse my language, but what is wrong with you? Our weapons of warfare is spiritual, man. In ancient Egypt, the Israelites didn't have to raise a finger. You don't think the Lord can do that now? You don't think the Lord can kill the firstborn now? You don't think the Lord can send a tsunami, whatever the case may be? You talk about all this warfare, but what is a tank and a missile to a hurricane? The Lord can make it to where none of these people wake up, go to sleep, and don't wake up tomorrow, and everything will be over. The point is that don't get caught up in that tough talk, in that emotional talk. There's only one way to defeat the enemy, and you're going to have to serve the Lord. I don't care what you think or what you say. There's nothing that you are going to do that is going to get us out of this condition other than serving the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
Mm-hmm.
He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He put a yoke of iron upon his neck. Ooh, now we're going to ask that question again. What people went through this? What people had a yoke of iron put on their neck? This is the prophecy, meaning this was written 4,000 years ago to talk about something that would happen if the Israelites disobeyed, meaning it guaranteed that it would happen. When you talk about the Bible is a book that is compiled records. When the Greeks got their hands on these records, they put it together and called it Biblios, the Bible. Before that, it was just compiled writings, records of God's chosen people. When the Greeks got their hands on it, they put it together and said, Biblios, Bible, it's the Bible. This was written 4,000 years ago. And it's prophecies that would be something that would happen, which a prophecy is living, but it doesn't mean that it has to happen. We know that with Jonah and Nineveh. I'm sorry. I'm saying Nivea. That's a lotion. Salaga. We know that with Jonah and Nineveh, right? Where he said that he prophesied that it would be destroyed and the Lord changed his mind. So the same way the Lord changed his mind, also you got to factor in that you have free will. Well, the Israelites have free will and they did not keep the law, statute, commandments. And so instead of the blessings, they got the curses. It's a future prophecy. And we're sitting here talking about it. And the same things are happening to this day to these people. Now, there are people on the earth, nations, this is not happening to. Okay, keep going.
Verse Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
Oh.
Swift as the eagle fly.
Now, this is one where you just like, damn. The Lord is bringing a nation from far, as swift as the eagle. Remember the eagle, symbol of the eagle. Swift as the eagle flieth. Rome, symbol of the eagle. Egypt, symbol of the eagle. Germany, Spain, all of these European countries. America, symbol of the eagle. So you can go to ancient times. We could talk about the destruction of Jerusalem with Titus and Vespasian when they came to destroy Jerusalem. Symbol of the eagle, Rome. We can talk about the transatlantic slave trade. Symbol of the eagle, America. Read that from the top again.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far,
from
the end of the earth. As swift as the eagle fly.
As swift as the eagle flies. And you know what? We're going to end right now. I'm going to end right now. And we will finish it next week. Okay. So we're going to stop on Deuteronomy. Okay. And I'll finish it next week. But there's a book I want to bring out. This is called Before the Mayflower. About if you could get this. Before the Mayflower. Is it focusing? There we go. Before the Mayflower, A History of Black America. There you go. So you're going to be reading from page 95. And I just want to go a little bit over some of the curse. Page 95. Yes, if you could read that for me.
This is page 95 out of The History of Black America by Eron Bennett Jr. It says this energy is flowing through these forms organize themselves around.
Let me see. Salaki, is it outlined? So yeah.
Highlight.
Con. Yeah, give me that.
It says this enormous achievement with which astonished Arnold J. Toynbee and other historians contradicted the religion taught the slaves. The religions, like that religion, was a censored pablum which dwelt almost always on the duties of patience and obedience. J.W. Fowler, a Coahoma County, Mississippi, told his overseer that he had no objection to his slaves hearing the gospel.
So what this is talking about is slave owners, and what they're talking about how slaves, when they first heard Christianity, how they reacted to Christianity. And then right now he's going into how a slave master had no problem with the slaves hearing the Bible as long as it was read with the certain precepts. Keep going.
Okay. Told his overseer that he had no objection to his slaves hearing the gospel if they heard it in its original purity and simplicity. What did this mean? Ephesians 6:5 usually. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters. American slaves, with few exceptions, rejected this version of Christianity.
It says that servants be obedient to your masters. He didn't object to his slaves, this slave master, hearing the Bible, but he wanted them to hear that part. Servants, be obedient to your masters. It says that slaves rejected this type of Christianity. Go ahead.
Oh, God. American slaves, with a few exceptions, rejected this version of Christianity. Their God was the God who delivered the Israelites.
So slaves believed that their God was the God that delivered the Israelites. Early on, they rejected Christianity the way it was being taught by white people. You can drop it right there. We'll get more into it, but I wanted to just go into it to let you understand that even once slaves were here on American soil, they rejected Christianity. And also, they seen themselves as the children of Israel. They seen themselves one and the same as the people of the Bible.
Okay, so with that, we're going to wrap up the class. We're going to finish next week, and we'll have another topic because we don't have that much to go in Deuteronomy 28. I thought that we would be able to get over all of it, but we definitely will finish this off, and we'll have some extra stuff to go over. Of course, some current events. I appreciate brothers and sisters for rocking in the class. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you was inspired to open your Bible, read your Bible, and stay locked into this truth. Because we right at the end, y'all. I don't know if you've seen what's going on in the world, but we're right at the end. The end is closer than you ever thought. And we live in a time where even our ancestors, they could never even imagine. Right. So with that, y'all, that's the class. Let's clap it up, all right? Shalom to brothers and sisters. We'll see y'all next time, next Wednesday.